The story of Jonah. Long ago, in a bustling ancient world, there lived a man named Jonah. He was a simple man who tried to live a quiet life. Suddenly, the sky parted, and a magnificent golden light descended. God spoke to Jonah, telling him to go to the great city of Nineveh. The message was clear. Nineveh was a city of trouble, and Jonah was chosen to deliver a warning. But Jonah was filled with great fear. Instead of heading toward Nineveh, Jonah turned and ran the opposite way. He thought he could hide from the creator of the universe. He reached the harbor at Joppa, gasping for breath. There, he saw a large wooden sailing ship preparing to depart for the far-off Tarshish. Jonah paid the captain and quickly boarded. He believed that the further he sailed across the sea, the further he would be from God's call. Hoping to disappear, he climbed down into the darkest part of the lower deck. He lay down on some old sacks and fell into a deep sleep. But no one can hide from God. Soon, a massive and terrifying storm began to brew. The wind howled, and the waves rose like mountains. The sailors were seasoned men of the sea, yet they were frantic with fear. They threw heavy cargo overboard to keep the ship from sinking. The captain rushed below and found Jonah still sleeping. "How can you sleep through this?" he cried. "Wake up and pray to your God." Jonah walked up to the deck and looked at the chaos. He knew in his heart that this great storm was because of his disobedience. He told the sailors the truth. "Throw me into the sea," Jonah said, "and the storm will stop, for I am the reason it came." The sailors didn't want to do it, but as the waves grew even more violent, they realized they had no other choice to survive. With a heavy heart, they threw Jonah overboard. The moment his body hit the cold water, the winds died down and the sea became calm. As Jonah sank deeper into the quiet blue depths, a massive shadow emerged from the darkness. It was the big fish sent by God. In one giant gulp, the creature swallowed Jonah whole. He found himself inside a strange, cavernous place, far beneath the waves. Inside the belly of the fish, Jonah was safe but alone. Glowing jellyfish provided a soft, eerie light in a damp, rib-like chamber. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah stayed there. He had plenty of time to think about his choices and his refusal to listen. Jonah began to pray. He repented for his disobedience and promised God that he would do whatever was asked of him. God heard Jonah's prayer and saw his change of heart. The big fish swam toward the coastline, directed by a higher power. With a powerful surge, the fish spit Jonah out onto the dry sand. He was messy and soaked, but he was alive and grateful. Jonah stood up and shook off the seaweed. He looked toward the horizon, knowing exactly what he needed to do next. He didn't hesitate this time. He began the long walk to Nineveh, his heart filled with a new sense of purpose and determination. When he finally arrived at the great gates of Nineveh, he didn't hide. He stood before the crowds and shared the message God had given him. The people of Nineveh listened. They saw the sincerity in Jonah's eyes and decided to change their ways, just as he had. Jonah learned a powerful lesson that day. God's plan is always greater than our fears, and obedience brings peace to the soul. The story of Jonah reminds us all that it is never too late to listen, to repent, and to follow the path set before us.
Wowie! Barn buddies! What an incredible adventure Jonah had! Jonah tried to run away from what God asked him to do, but that didn't go so well. But guess what? When Jonah said sorry and chose to obey, God gave him another chance. So what did we learn today?
Always listen and obey God, even when it's hard.
Don't run away from doing what is right.
And remember, God is loving and gives second chances.
Just like Jonah, we can make better choices and follow God every day.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Brainy Barn for more stories and adventures. Thanks for joining us. See you next time, little learners.